It was the early morning hours of February 4, 1999, in the Soundview neighborhood of the Bronx, New York City. Amadou Diallo, a 23-year-old Guinean immigrant, was walking home from a night out with friends. Diallo had immigrated to the United States in 1992, seeking a better life. He worked as a street vendor, selling hats and gloves on the streets of Manhattan. As Diallo approached his apartment building, he was confronted by 4 plainclothes police officers, who were part of the NYPD's Street Crimes Unit. The officers, who were later identified as Sean Carroll, Edward McMillan, Kenneth Boss, and Richard Murphy, claimed that Diallo matched the description of a rape suspect. The officers were driving in an unmarked car when they spotted Diallo. They pulled up beside him and ordered him to show his hands. Diallo was trying to get his wallet from his pocket, which the officers mistook for a gun. The officers opened fire, shooting Diallo 3 times. Diallo died shortly thereafter, lying in a pool of blood outside his apartment building. The officers claimed that they had acted in self-defense, but many questioned their actions. The shooting sparked widespread outrage and protests across New York City, with many criticizing the NYPD's use of excessive force. The 4 officers involved in the shooting were eventually charged with second-degree murder. The trial was highly publicized, with many calling for justice for Diallo and his family. The trial began in January 2000 and lasted for several weeks. The prosecution argued that the officers had acted recklessly and with excessive force. The defense argued that the officers had acted in self-defense. On February 25, 2000, the jury delivered a verdict of not guilty, acquitting the 4 officers of all charges. The acquittal sparked widespread outrage and protests, with many feeling that justice had not been served. The Diallo case highlighted issues of police brutality, racial profiling, and the need for greater accountability within law enforcement. In the years following the shooting, the NYPD implemented reforms aimed at reducing police brutality and improving community relations. Amadou Diallo's tragic death highlighted the need for greater justice and equality in our society. May his memory continue to inspire efforts towards a more just and equitable world. Thanks for watching this video. I hope you've enjoyed it. Please like, share and subscribe for more interesting stories.